Well, I think a lot of my upbringing contributed to my experience leading up to chiropractic school, and then obviously transitioning into chiropractic school. I was not raised in a chiropractic household, and my parents were not chiropractors. So I am a first, I guess that you would call it a first generation chiropractor. And I actually grew up in a household that was actually the opposite of chiropractic. I just told you my story about how my mom was a smoker and I had asthma and stuff, but I pretty much lived on medication, and we ran the whole medical gamut from everything from I remember getting stuck as a kid with needles, for my vaccines, all the way through taking like a Tylenol for like the slightest sniffle or whatever. So I did not grow up in the chiropractic philosophy at all, but my dad had a very big influence on me going to chiropractic school. And there was something about my dad, we certainly didn't live the chiropractic lifestyle, but there was something about him. He was always very fit, he was always athletic. And on some level, he always recognized that the human body had an ability to self heal and to self regulate. And so my dad was very into things like yoga, meditation, martial arts, and he knew that the body was very powerful. So my dad also had this belief that he believed in living a limitless life. He did many things um that was evident in that, and he taught me the same thing. So he taught me how limitless we are, and that basically, we can do, and we can have anything that we really want. And so I got that first initially from him, and then of course my dad was a business owner as well. So my dad lived the American dream. He started from literally nothing, and then he grew a really nice business so that it provided a really good life for me and my mom. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she was able to help me in school, and then she was able to guide me and certainly made sure, Ben, that I stayed out of trouble.